Delegates to the country's biggest beef industry event say more needs to be done to bolster the live export trade to China. Just a few years ago, China was being touted as the next big thing for Australia's live trade, but it's failed to deliver. From Rockhampton, Amelia Turzon reports.
3 years ago, at Australia's biggest beef industry gathering, everyone was talking about China.
If one more person came up to you and said, I've got a very good friend who's very connected in the Chinese government.
China's booming middle class was seen as the perfect opportunity for Australia's live cattle export industry, but the hype hasn't paid off.
Certainly China has not perhaps performed as well as we expected back in 2015.
Australia sent just 60,000 live cattle to China last year, compared to the 500,000 it sold to Indonesia.
Unfortunately, because our prices went quite high in the last 2 or 3 years, the commercial viability of that trade didn't really allow us to do a lot with China.
But there's still hope. This facility opened on the Chinese mainland late last year, specifically to slaughter Australian cattle. So far, it's processed 1,700 head and it's targeting high-end customers.
All of them come back for it. And they say, oh, your price is a little bit dearer, but once we have tried, we compare with the local cattle, and we will understand it's worth to pay a little bit premium.
One of Australia's biggest live exporters says to make headway, the Australian government needs to fund more infrastructure. And in China, import rules need to be relaxed.
When the Chinese import these cattle, they have to slaughter them all within 14 days. And so that's quite difficult for them.
Well, proudly on Tuesday night we announced $51 million extra for agricultural counsellors to go in to our embassies and high commissions to work through those technical barriers. Industry
chiefs believe China still has great potential, but say it's a long-term prospect. Amelia Turzon, ABC News, Rockhampton.